Okay. Okay. So now we have seen like a what is the React application, how to create the React application. Now we have seen we understood what are the folders is there, right? So inside the SRC, okay, there is a files will be there. Okay, we are going to explain. So whatever the code you are going to write it, everything you are going to write inside the SRC only. SRC means source files. Here you are going to write all your source code. Okay, so here we'll understand what is the each file here, and we'll do this one. Okay, so by default, what will happen? We are going to write the React, right? Let us understand what is this React, and we'll go for the flow. Okay. So first, React is a JavaScript library. Okay. So this React works on the JavaScript. It is a library, not a framework. It is a library. Okay. Okay. For what purpose we are using React? To build the interfaces or to build the web pages. I want to develop a website very quickly. Then I can go and use a React. That is the one thing. Okay. And then what is the other thing you can do it? Using the React, we are going to develop a single page application. So what is the application? A single page application. Okay. So people, this will call as a SPA. SPA means a single page application. So in interview, they will ask what is SPA and how we are going to create a SPA here. Okay. Let me go to some simple example. Suppose this is a simple website. Okay. And if you are going to click on a login earlier, if you go to before the single page application, if you suppose we have developed one project in the HTML, right? Whenever you are clicking login, what will happen? We will navigate to login page, right? In that login page, entire page will be loaded. Correct, right? If you are developing the web application like our HTML application, entire HTML file is going to reload it or not? Reloading. And whenever the entire page is going to reload, suppose if your internet is slow, what will happen? It will go load slowly, and the user experience is not good. Okay. But whenever you are using a single page application, what will happen is, suppose I'm going to click on a login here. Okay, suppose you understood the, let us identify in the URL tab, and you can see it. Okay, I'm going to click on the second tab. Okay, whenever I'm going to click a second tab, this entire page is not loading. Okay, only the center, okay, whatever the data is required, that data only loading. Okay, let us observe here. I'm going to click on a next tab. So where is the data is loading? Only this information is getting loaded. Okay, single page application means, okay, in the application, whatever the data is required, only that particular data will be reloaded. Instead of entire page is reloading, only particular data will be reloading. So that is nothing but a single page application. Inside the single page application also, we will be having multiple pages. Like since here we have a 20 pages. So sometimes they will confuse you. So single page means only one page or multiple pages. In our application, multiple pages will be there. Okay. But whenever we are clicking any other page, we are not going to reload entire page. We are going to replace only particular content here. If you observe, the header is same, left side is same. Only this center part is only changing. But if you develop the same thing using the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, whenever you are clicking next, immediately there will be jerk and it is reloading entire page. So there is a movement, you will see it or not? Definitely you will see it. Okay. But here you will not see that movement. Okay. You are going to see only this center part movement. Okay. Because it is going to change it. So single page is nothing but a single page application where we are going to show a lot of information, and the information will be same. Only data will be updated in particular place. In the center place, only the data is getting changed. For example, in this example, sidebar and header is same or not? And only where is the change? Only in the center part. The remaining everything is same. Okay. Suppose if this is a normal HTML, then entire page will be reloaded or not? So that is the real difference between the single page and a normal application. So single page will have a good feel. Okay. So user is thinking, suppose if I am opening a mobile app, even though internet is not there, I can click next. So at least they will say no data is available, page will be there. Okay. Something like this you can handle using the single page application. Okay. So that is the advantage of single page. So now using the React, you can develop a single page application. Okay. Next thing, React is a component based library. Let us see what is component, and we will see it. Suppose we have done this project in the HTML. Everybody remember this, we have done this project in the HTML, right? Suppose I want to write this dashboard page. Okay. How many pages you have written this sidebar? In all the pages we have written sidebar or not? Yes. In all the pages we have written this header or not? Yes. Suppose I want to add a new sidebar item. How many pages I have to add it? In all the pages. Okay, that is a normal HTML file. To solve this problem, okay, we have come up with a concept called components. Okay, what is a concept of component? Okay, so this component, what it will do, we are going to develop the whatever the sidebar here we are displaying, right? This entire sidebar we are going to develop one component. Okay, wherever it is there, I will add this component. Automatically the sidebar will come. Okay, in the React we are going to use only one time here, and we'll use it in a multiple places. That is the use of the component. So component means we are going to write once and we are going to use the entire project. How many times it is there, we are going to use it, but we are going to write only one time. That is the advantage of using the components. Okay, next thing, React is going to based on the virtual DOM. What is the virtual DOM? I'm going to explain it in a short while. Okay, and let us go on. Let me tell you something. And okay, so and it React will allows the reusable component. So if I'm going to create one component, I can use it many times. I can use it something like this. I can do it. Okay, so let us understand React flow. This is nothing but the flow of the application. So first interview they will ask, okay, tell me about the React flow, how React will apply will work. Okay, you tell me something like this, they will do it. Okay, so internally React creates the virtual DOM inside the memory. So what is this virtual DOM? Let me explain using the paint. Okay, suppose whatever the browser we are opening, so that entire browser will think like a DOM object, correct, right? So inside the DOM object, what is the child? First we'll have it HTML. Inside the HTML, what is the next element? We'll have it suppose this is the HTML. Inside the HTML, what is the other elements I will be having it? Head and body, correct, right? Inside the suppose inside the body we are going to have a two divs, something like div1 and div2. So internally it is going to maintain like a tree structure. Okay, so this is a HTML tag and this is a head tag, this is a body tag. Inside the body tag I am having a div1, I am inside I am having a div2. Suppose inside the div2 I am having a button1 and button2, something like this. Okay, it is going to create like a tree structure. this is this is called DOM tree. Okay, DOM tree. So now what will happen in normal application, whenever suppose this button is there, right? This button is there, I want to change this button text to hello is there, I want to change it to welcome, something like this. Whenever you are changing here, what normal application they will do, they will entirely reload this application, they will entirely reload this DOM. Okay, for entirely reloading this DOM will take time or not? So that is the reason it will normally slow. But what React people will they have done is, to improve the performance, they come up with another concept called virtual DOM. Okay, virtual means there is not a real DOM. Okay, it is a simple one object, JavaScript object. We can create JavaScript object, right? Let O is equal to new object. Inside that O object, they can store all this data. What is the H data? What is the body data? What is the div1 data? Something like this. Okay, what they have done. So this is a very real DOM. They have created a virtual DOM called same something like this. Okay, and this is a div1, this is a div2, and inside the button1 is the button1. So this entire thing we are calling it as what a virtual DOM. This virtual DOM is nothing but a simple JavaScript object. Inside the JavaScript object, what are the things will be there? Properties and methods, correct, right? So what are the properties will be there? The properties are nothing but a what is the value, what is the color, that properties will be there inside this object. Okay, so now how React will improve the performance is, what they have done is, they have this virtual DOM, right? Whenever I want to change here in the button here, whenever I want to change the button here, these guys will not reload entire page. What they're trying to do here is, this is a separate copy, this is a original copy. They will go and compare. Okay, first they will go and compare this tree. Is there any changes in this here? No, no change. So don't do anything here. And they will go to the next tree element, style. Is there any change in the next tree? No change. Okay, that's fine. Is there any change here? Yes. Okay, no. Okay, and it will go and compare like a one by one. And where is the change original here? Earlier here hello is there, now here world like welcome is there. Is there any change or not? Yes, they identified this process where in which node they are identified, in this node. So they will write like a document dot get element by id, and they will replace only that element. Instead of reloading entire page, they are going to replace that element, and the change will reflect only here, and they will not enter, the entire data will not reload. Okay, this process comparison, comparing this virtual DOM with the real DOM is called process is called reconciliation. What is the process name? Reconciliation. Very, very important interview question. What is reconciliation in the React? Okay, comparing with the virtual DOM with the original DOM value, and if there is any value changes or not, that comparison will call it as a reconciliation. Okay, so there is an algorithm here. The algorithm name is something is called fiber algorithm. Okay, so that whatever the comparison it does, that algorithm name is nothing but a fiber, but the comparison process is called a reconciliation. Okay, so that is okay. So currently we are going to use the React latest version 18. Okay, so React will be having some versions, right? 18, 16, 17, something like this. So the current version, what version we are using it? React 18. So 18, if you see here, where we can check my version in the package.json. So here go and check here. What is the React version you are using it? 18.2 version. So that is your version here, something like this. Okay, so this is normal application. We are going to see it here. Okay, so this React is started initially in the 2013 now, and it is done by the Facebook. That is everything is okay. Okay, so now they are asking question is like a okay, your internal React will is a virtual DOM. Virtual DOM is nothing but a simple JavaScript object. It will compare with the original DOM and it will identify the value. So this is the main feature of the React is virtual DOM only. Because of the virtual DOM only, React is more popular. Okay, now they will ask whenever I am opening this local host 422 like this 3000, how this application is coming. That is a question they are asking. Okay, to solve this answer, let us start the project. So how to start the project? Tell me. If I want to start my project in the command prompt here. Okay, simple ma. Okay, go here. There is a terminal will be there. Okay, so go to terminal, click a new terminal. You no need to open a command prompt in separately. You no need to do like this. Here you can go under terminal. You can identify this one. So make sure that you are in the payroll project. Okay, so what is the command we have to start project? npm start excel. Okay, so it is going to start the project. Simple, that's all. Okay, once you are going to start the project, this will be there. Okay, and simply it is going to start the project. You can do it. Okay, so now the project is started. Now I can do it, right? Let me inspect it here and I will tell you the starting flow. Okay, whenever you are going to reload the application, go to the network. Okay, so let me start here. The first time whenever you are loading this page, we are going to get one page that is nothing but our response. So if you see the response, what is the file it is loading? This file we have seen somewhere. If you see here, this file we have seen somewhere, divisible root. Which file it is loading first time? Your index.html. Whatever in the public folder index.html is there, that index file will be loaded first. Okay, so whenever you load any React application, first which file will be loaded? That index.html file. Okay, clear? Apart from the index.html, what is the tag we are writing here? What is the tag? Div is equal to id is equal to root. Very, very important. Okay, suppose if I have one div element, how to get that element? Document dot get element by id. Inside that I can write it in like inner HTML. I can change the content, right? Somebody is doing that work. Okay, we need to identify who is doing that work. That is the reason first whenever you are loading it, so that index.file will be loaded. Okay, as part of the index.html, what is the tag we are having it? Div id is equal to root. Okay, that's fine. Okay, next what will happen is there is index.js file will be executed after that one. After loading this index.html, what file it will be loaded? Index.js. What is the file name? Index.js. Very, very important. Okay, so let us see here. So inside the index.js, if you see here, we are going to see line by line command. Okay, so we have seen like a import. What is the use of import? If you want to use any other file code in my file, then I can use a import. Suppose I want to export from here to another file, then what is the command? Export. Import is for using the to import the files, and export is to export the classes, something like this. Okay, so here this meaning is, hey browser, go and use a React component from the React library. Okay. And second line, hey browser, import this class React DOM from the this library, React DOM client library. Okay. And the third line, import CSS. Do you know CSS? How many ways we can style our CSS? 3 ways. Inline, internal, external. Separately, if you are writing any file, then what file it is called? External. Okay. Here we are not going to write a style tag or link tag. We are going to directly write like this. We will explore more about this one. Okay. That is fine. Suppose forget about these two components and let's go for next thing. Okay. See, anywhere you have you read this component ma, document dot get element by id. What is the id? I am giving it a root. Now you see, is there any link between our index.html and here? In the index.html, what is the tag I am giving it a id? id is equal to root. What is the value I am reading it here? Root. So whatever the tag you are giving there, it will read it here. Okay. So they are saying you get this element by id. So that what I'm going to get it, I'm going to get that element. Okay. So now there is an important point will come. So there is a method React component is called React DOM. React DOM dot create root. Okay. It is saying which is the starting file you want to create. So that is nothing but a create root. Okay. So we are giving that root, whatever the ID I am giving here in the package.json, like inside the index.html, that I am giving inside the index.js. So now I am getting a root. Okay. So there is a method called render. What is the method name? Render. Basically, this method will take a one HTML element. You can give any HTML element. You can give a H1, H2, H3, any element you can give it. Okay. Automatically that output will come in the browser. Okay. So here, since here I want to load one component, that component name is a app. Okay. So what is the line I am writing here? What is the component? App. Okay. So I don't know what is this one, right? If I am clicking here, you see what is the top I am having it? Import app. From which file I am writing it? Dot app. Okay. That means you open here. So whenever I am opening here, there is another file. So that means, so I am going to use the app.js. Okay. Now how flows comes? First, which file will be loaded? Index.html. After the index.html, which file will be loaded? Index.js. After the index.js, which file will be loaded? We are rendering the document. After the rendering, what is the line I am seeing here? App component. After the app component, what we'll do? We are going to load the app component. Okay, here in this file. It one by one link is there, right? Now finally, in which file we are there? App component. Okay, so see here. First line. What is the line? Import. Okay, so this SVG for what purpose? Scalar vector graphics, right? Scalable vector graphics. So this is nothing but one file, image file. That is nothing but that is one. And there, what is the next file we are having it? CSS. Just we are importing one CSS. That is fine. Okay. So next, what is the function I am writing it? Function and a function name app. Okay. Suppose you want to write any function. How to write any function? Function name, something like that. Okay. So here you are writing one div here. Okay. Inside the div. So if you see my open code, what is the line it is there in edit src, something like it is there. Okay. So it is saying if you want to do anything, go to app.js and you change it. I don't want to see all these things here. I want to write a hello world only. I don't want any code here. I want to simply print the hello world. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my index.js here and I am going to remove whatever the code it is there. I don't want to write a single line also. I'm going to remove everything. I have removed it. Okay. Suppose now if you see here, what is the code I am having it? Only function name. So this is a simple JavaScript function or not? A simple JavaScript function. Now I want to print hello world. Okay. Whenever you want to print any hello world, here we need to follow one syntax now. Okay. You write a return and inside the return, just to put a open bracket and close bracket. Okay. And here you write a something div, normal, write a div, normal div. Okay. And something hello world, something like this. Okay. Simple. See here inside the app, what I'm going to do, return just empty div. That's all. Okay. So if you are going to reload our page, see, I did not reload the page. Whenever I comes here, by the time itself already output is there. Okay. So in the React, you no need to reload anything. Go here and change it. Suppose let me change it to H1 tag. Okay. I'll say H1 React app. I'll simply save it. See, output is coming. You no need to reload anything. Okay, there is a monitor will be there. Whenever you do any change, automatically it will React will identify, okay, this developer has written something, I want to reload the application, it will reload the changes. Okay, so this is nothing but how. So now you have seen this output, right? Something like this. Okay, so where you are writing all your code here inside the file. What is a file? What is a function we are writing it? Function, something like this. Okay, finally I'm writing export to export. What is this export? If I want to use it in another file, then what is the command I write? Export. Okay, and the next keyword I'm using it a default. Okay, default means by default I want to export this file. Where you have used this one, if you open index.html, what is the line you are using it? App. So this app is nothing but this name only. Should I need to write only app? I can keep any name. You can keep any name. You know that what are the naming rules, right? A to Z, 0 to 9, dollar underscore. You need to follow that rule. You can keep any name. Suppose here I want to change it to my app. Okay, let's change it to my app. Okay, and whatever the export here, you need to keep the same name. So what is your export file name now? My app. Now go to my index. Here also you need to change it like a my app, something like this. Okay, let's go on. I need to change in all the file, save all. And if you are going to reload the page, automatically you are going to get a React app. Something like we are getting it right. Okay, something like. So suppose here this whatever the app we are writing it right. Okay, app we are writing right. This is nothing but a component. This is nothing but a component. Okay, see in the component what we are writing, I am writing a simple function. Hey, now can I tell component is nothing but a function? Can I tell it or not? How many times I am writing this component? Only one time, right? Okay. If I want to see multiple time, I will show it. Okay, this is fine. So now you know how to write a component, right? But I don't want to do like this. I want to write my own component. Okay, and I want to say hello world to my component, something like this. So based on the project, we'll go here. Okay, as part of the project, what we are going to do, we are going to build this project. Okay, so this project we are going to build it. Suppose I want to header, I want the header, right? So for this one I want one component. Okay, so this is a one home page. Whenever we are displaying this first page, I want to display one page, that is nothing but a home page. So this I need another component. Suppose I will click on login. For this login page I want another component. I will click on a forget password. For this also I need another component. So for each page we need one component. Okay, that component you can use it many places also, that is fine. So as part of the demo, what I will do, I will create 2 or 3 components, and you also can create the same components. Okay, let's try to create how to do it. Very simple one. Go to src. First, don't mix all these files with here. We will create one separate folder for components. That is a better practice. Okay, so go to this src. You go and create a new folder. Okay, I will keep my name as a components. Let's create. Okay, so inside the components I will keep a subfolders. Suppose I want a header, I will keep a header folder. I want a footer, I will keep a footer folder. I want home, I will keep a home folder. For each functionality I am going to create a simple folder. Let us try to do like this. Okay, first I will start with the header. So let us create a one folder, subfolder. Okay, so I will say header. This is a folder. Okay, inside the folder I'm going to create, right click, new file. I will say this time I'm going to create a header.js. Okay, simple header.js. Now I need to write a function. Very simple function. Okay, what is the name I want to keep it? Header. So that is the reason I will say header. Okay, open bracket, close bracket, empty. That's all. Don't do anything else. Okay, header. So inside the header I need to return, always I need to return one content which I want to show some output, right? That is the reason always to go and return something like this, and you write a one simple HTML tag. So what is the HTML tag I want to do it? I will say this is a h1 tag. Okay, so for now I will say header. Okay, header. So now I have done this one. Okay, now if I want to use it in another page, I have to export this component, right? That is the reason in the bottom I will say export. Okay, default. What is my function name? Header. Okay, so the only important point here is always your component name should start with a capital letter. If you are writing a small letter, you are going to get an error. Okay, Please keep this mind. Whenever you are going to create any component name, your component name should follow a capital letter. That is the only concept. Okay. Now I have created one header, right? Let us try to save it. And I want to use this header in the my app component. Okay. If you want to see any output, don't directly go to this app component. Okay. Here I am going to write like, what is my component name? I created a header. Okay. Just to type a colon header. Don't type. I'm going to write a control space. Control and click on a space. You are going to get like this. Where is this folder is available? Inside the components, and inside the component where header folder. Inside the header folder, which file? Header.js. So this file, this line automatically will be created. Okay. If this line is coming, automatically it will work fine. Okay. And simply close like this. This meaning is I don't need to write an end tag. Automatically it will end like this. Okay. Now if I am going to save it here and reload our page, let's go to our sample page. See, header is coming. Okay. Suppose I want to make a footer. Okay, footer. So let us try to develop a footer. Later, I'm going to add all these items in the header. I'm going to add icon. I am going to add this title, and I'm going to add the button. Everything. First, I will ready the component. Then I will prepare the content. Already you have the content right. You can simply paste inside that one. Automatically, it will work out. Let us try to prepare the footer component. So try to create another component. I'll go to components. Okay. So inside the component, new folder. Okay, new folder. So what is the folder name? I'll say footer, first footer. Okay. So and inside the file, what is the file name? I want to do it footer.js. Simple footer.js. So what is the command we are going to write? A very simple normal function. Okay, function name footer. Okay, open bracket and close bracket. Okay. So inside, let me function. Okay. So here I will say return open bracket and close bracket, and we are going to write like a div, and we can say not capital div, don't use this one. I will say div. Okay, inside this div I will say h1 footer. Okay, so now I want to use it in another place or not. So what is the command I should write it? Export default footer. Now if I want to use this tag, so copy this one, directly go to app.js. Okay, so after this h1 tag, you go and add this tag also. Okay, so whenever you are adding it, just paste this command and control space. Okay, so you are going to get this import statement, and after that close this arrow, so that you are going to do a. Now let's go on to do let's go to here. You are going to say footer was not found in the file because I am not saving my file. Okay, if you see here, I did not save my file. Without saving, it will come or not? No. So that is the reason I am going to get an error. Now file save all. Let's go and see. So header is done, footer is done. Okay, header part is ready, footer part is ready. Now what is the center part? I want to make it React. So here I can write a home component. We can do this one. Okay.